hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my live. Thank you so much for coming in. I am Teresa. This is my channel, JustTheresa, and I am going to be reviewing the Have and Have Nots, the final episode. I am so excited about it that I just cannot wait to get into it. I cannot wait. Please let me know in this live if I'm buffering or if I'm being choppy, because sometimes I think the green screen does that and I'll turn it off. But anyways, I am super excited. Hold on. Let me see if I am breaking up. But yes, so if you haven't seen the final episode, you might want to go watch it and then come back here and watch this review, because there will be spoilers. I'm telling everything that's going on in the final episode. So if you have already seen it, please go ahead and if you have not seen it, please go ahead and watch it and then come back. Or if you don't care, then welcome, stay here. And I am doing this live, so let me just see. I know it's your boy Leo is in the building. Leo, can you tell me if it's being real choppy because of the green screen? Because I'll take it down if it is. Leo, please let me know if it's breaking up a lot. On my side, it seems to be breaking up, and I don't want no interference, so I will remove this green screen if I have to. Let me see if I stop the green screen, because I feel like it's doing that. Okay, how's that? That looks better. Hold on. Let me remove this, y'all. I'm taking it out. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get rid of it because I don't like it when it feels like I'm a robot. And I felt like it was messing up. Yeah, on my side, it was terrible. So that's okay. I just got rid of it. So like I was saying, there is spoilers in here. This is the final season of Have and Have Nots. It is season 8, episode 17. Tyler Perry is not bringing this show back. I am just so stoked. And the way it ended is kind of crazy. So I'm hoping if you've already seen the show, you leave me your comments. Let me know what you think about this final episode. Now, I have not reviewed all the other episodes because I knew there was people out there doing it. But I haven't seen nobody doing it in a long time for this season. There was about 3 people that I knew that were going to do it, and they didn't. So I was like, I cannot let this opportunity go to do the finale. And then next week, on Tuesday, there's going to be an interview with the whole cast on the Oprah Winfrey Network. So I'm just excited. This final episode was crazy, y'all. Let's just jump right into it. Please share me out. I would love it if you share me out. I would love a thumbs up. Leave me comments if you're in the live. Leave me comments on the replay. I just want to see what y'all think about this. Oh, and one more thing. I know there has been a lot of people watching my new series called The Reality Ladies. And over there is where we're reviewing reality shows. Right now, we're doing Real Housewives of Potomac. We'll probably do Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So if you haven't seen that, please check out my TV show, Movies and Reviews playlist. We have a lot of fun on that as well. All right, let me say hello to whoever's in the chat, and then I'm going to get into the review. It's ended. Yes, it's ended crazy. It's like all over the place. Hey, Rex, what's up, sis? Leo, it has been crazy. So let me repeat. Anybody watching this review in the playback, this show happened Tuesday. Today is Thursday. There is spoilers. If you do not want to hear the spoilers, please go watch it and then come back and watch the review and leave me some comments. All right, share me out, thumbs me up, and let's get into it. So everybody knows the Have and Have Nots. They've been on for literally 8 seasons. 8 seasons is a pretty good run. The final episode was episode number 17 that happened Tuesday that just passed, okay? So I was so excited. It opened up where it left off last week with Wyatt. Now, if you remember I want to say the last 2 or 3 seasons, Wyatt has been basically a crackhead, okay? A crackhead, yes, a crackhead. Wyatt has been on every type of pill, drugs, coke, whatever he can get his hands on. So Wyatt has been dealing with that literally for season after season. To be quite honest, and this is going to be an honest review, to be quite honest, I was tired of the narrative of Wyatt being on drugs. I swear I was hoping at some point that Wyatt would clean up, get his life together, and become an upstanding citizen. Of course, that never happened. So let me make sure I'm not missing nobody. Hey, Winston. So I was a little disappointed that Wyatt was a crackhead for so long. I was like, come on now, we ain't gotta we ain't got to do that to we ain't got to do that to Wyatt. We got to keep him on drugs the whole time. Like what we doing with Wyatt? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, last episode, the one last week, Wyatt had broke out of jail, grabbed, stole all the drugs, jacked up Madison the nurse, which is also AKA Jeffrey's boyfriend. He had got away from him in the hospital. He was running around town getting all kind of drugs. He went to Jeffrey's house because he wanted to talk to Jeffrey. And when he was there, right before he got there, he took all kinds of pills that he stole from the hospital. I'm like, Wyatt, why, Wyatt, why? Why are we still doing this? I'm so disappointed in Wyatt. So, anyways, he shows up at Jeffrey's house. Jeffrey's there with his new boyfriend, Madison. He's there with his dad, David. And it's a whole situation because Wyatt had broke out of jail. So the cops are called. They bring the cops in. The security guard is fighting with Wyatt. It's total pandemonium. It's just a mess. So they called the cops and they also called Jim because him and Catherine have been looking for Wyatt because they found out that he broke out of jail and he was still running around town on drugs, you know. So, hey, Gigi Faison. Yes, this have and have nots. Yes, sis. Yes, Leo, exactly. So he's running around town still on drugs. So they get Jim over there, which is his dad. Jim is trying to tell Wyatt, come on, we need to go back to the hospital. I need to get you in rehab, which is what he's supposed to say. But Wyatt, I think, is so messed up. I think his messed up goes back to when his sister was murdered. I really think that's when all of this started. And the hitting up, somebody got hit with a car way back when. You guys let me know if you think that's when it all started for Wyatt. The downhill motion, because he wasn't like this in the beginning. Wyatt became a mess when he hit that kid with a car, and he hit somebody with a car, and his sister was murdered. Ever since then, Wyatt has been a drunk, alcoholic, drug using freaking mess, you know. So, hey, Meso, how are you? Thank you. Thank you, Meso. Thank you. I got my locks in. You see, I put these in a couple of days ago. That way I ain't got to mess with my hair. But anyway, so, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't his drug habit start back then? I think so. So, anyways, he's in there, and Jim is trying to jack him up to get him to go with him to rehab into the hospital. All of a sudden, Wyatt starts convulsing in the chair. He's like convulsing. Basically, his body is shaking. Everybody's like screaming, trying to give him CPR. All the drugs, Madison said, caused him to go into cardiac arrest. So Jim is freaking out. Jim is crying. Jim is like, no, save him, save him, save him. Wyatt is just gone. Wyatt dies right then and there on the spot. I could not believe it. So they opened the show with Wyatt dying. I don't know why I was hopeful that he would have went back to rehab, but no, baby. Tyler Perry had a whole nother idea for the whole Wyatt of it all in the final episode. So Wyatt dies with all the CPR that Madison's doing, all the CPR the paramedics are doing. They cannot get him to come back out of cardiac arrest because he took some high potency drugs, and he took a lot of them on top of liquor, you know. So the show opened up right just like that. Yes, Wyatt was messed up in the beginning, which is why Jeffrey was in the beginning with his counselor. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, okay, Leo. Leo said to hell with Jim. So some people feel like Jim is a part of the problem. And I get that. I get that because Wyatt is a mess because of his parents. We all know that. But I also feel like we all know that Jim and Catherine really love their kids to a default. They'll do any kind of crazy stuff, but they love them kids. If you ever notice, they go nuts. They would do anything to protect Wyatt, and they would have did anything to protect their daughter. In this case, they just could not save Wyatt from himself. Wyatt was on those drugs so bad, it was just sad. And honestly, I thought it was sad. As much as I knew Wyatt was going to die, I thought it was so sad that Wyatt died still being on drugs. I was so disappointed with that, I have to say. He said, I think he was born like that. Yeah, I know, Leo, it kind of feels that way. But, it was really sad. So that was Wyatt died right away. Okay, now we flash to the next scene. We are in the living room with Veronica. Everybody knows the Ice Princess. Veronica is a freaking mess, okay? She has been doing evil stuff for all the seasons. In the beginning, she was a bitch, but she wasn't so evil. The evil came out after her and her husband David started having marital issues and got divorced. It seems like things just went downhill for her. Don't get me wrong, she's the best, the smartest lawyer that they have out there. I get that. You can't mess with her intelligence, but the evil that came with her, episode after episode after episode, I was like, oh my God, somebody help this lady. Put her in church, honey. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my, hold on. Let me see if I'm missing any comments. So, I was like, oh no. So Veronica had a bunch of thugs doing a whole bunch of bad stuff for her. Let's just sum it up like that. Whether it was murder, whatever it was, she had a bunch of thugs doing a bunch of bad stuff for her. So one of the thugs came to her and said, right in the beginning, right after the Wyatt thing, we flashed to that. He came to her and said he wants his money. So she went upstairs, she got his money, but he was trying to tell her, the thug told her, listen, there is a lot of people after you. You did some bad stuff. You need to repent to the man upstairs. And she was like, well, so didn't you? Did you repent? He said, yes, I did. But you got a lot of people. She tried to dig because she has been scared that there's going to be people after her. No matter how much the Ice Princess she is, she knows the stuff that she did. And she knows that there was people definitely coming after her. So he warned her. He took his money and he was like, you better be careful because they are coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Elegant mess in the beginning. Exactly, Gigi. She is an elegant, well-dressed, always has name brand clothes on. She was a pretty, elegant murderer thug, if that makes any sense. She is next level elegant thug. That's what I call her, like the leader of the cartel. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think of a word for Veronica. So that's where. So for Veronica scene right now, she's being told by the thug that she just paid to kill somebody, that somebody is going to kill her and she needs to be careful. Okay, we'll get back to Veronica. I want to go right in the order that the way the show went. Okay, so so the guy that was in there with Veronica went out to the car. He was talking to another guy in the car and said, let's just sit here and wait for her to come out. So right there, that's telling you that they are plotting against her. He's warning her about other people, but he's also being paid by other people to come back and get her. So it left off right there. We're going to do it in the order that the show did. So next, the show flashed to Hannah in Catherine's house. Hannah is living in Catherine's penthouse. So Hannah was in there, and all of a sudden there's a drive-by shooting. Boom, 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 boom. They lit up the house. Mind you, Hannah's inside the house. She's inside the house with a girl who showed up with saying that Benny has a baby by her. They lit up the house because they thought Benny was in there because Benny got issues with one of the Malones. And if you've seen prior episodes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody knows you don't mess with the Malones. But Benny thought, well, I could whip his ass. Doesn't matter. I want this girl. I don't care if it's his ex-girlfriend. She's not with him anymore. She tried to warn him, but Benny wouldn't listen, and he still went forward with it, thinking he's tougher than the Malones. Nobody's tougher than the Malones, okay? Let me see. Hi, Mr. Fulton. How are you? Yes, so there were happy birthday, Mr. Fulton. Happy birthday. I know you were saying it yesterday. Thank you. Happy birthday. So they were lighting up the house. Da, 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 da. So Benny wasn't there. The funny thing about it was Benny wasn't there at the time. But the fact that the thugs came there and tried to shoot up the house and everything, so Hannah called her son. She let him know. No. Hannah called. Did Hannah call the son? Hold on. Let me check my notes. Hold on. Oh, Hannah, before all of this happened, Hannah was standing outside talking to the girl that walked up to her and told her she had a one night stand with Benny way back when and that she had a baby that he didn't know about. So that's how it started with this scene with Hannah at Catherine's home. So Hannah told her, well, I'm going to call Benny. You go, let's go on the inside and call Benny. So they go in, they call Benny. Benny says, okay, he'll be there. Him and Candace will be there. And when Benny hung up, that's when the thugs came and shot up the house. Okay, so they are looking for Benny. Okay, so that to me was just crazy. So that was just crazy. So then Catherine, they shoot over, and I'll come back to that scene, but they go right then, they go over to another scene with Catherine. She's in jail still. Catherine been in jail for about the last 2-3 episodes. I was hoping she would have got out by now, but she didn't. So she's in the jail. She's making calls, telling her lawyers, telling all her people that there's some thug girl in the cell with her. And the agreement was nobody gets to share a jail with her because she's so high sedity in the community. So why all of a sudden is there's black girl in there, a thug who's saying she's gonna kick her ass? I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening? Why are they putting somebody in the cell with Catherine? So the girl kept popping off to Catherine. Hey, D Marie, what's up, my baby girl? Mama loves you. What you doing? What you doing with Miko? Yes, girl, this is the final episode. Have and Have Nots is done after this. So you know I had to come on here and talk about the final episode. Even if I didn't review all the seasons, I cannot miss the final episode. So that's where we at right now. So Catherine is on the phone. She's calling people. She's letting them know that this girl is in here. She calls Hannah. Hannah tells her about her house getting shot up because at this point, Hannah is just like so blown away that the house even got shot up, first of all. You know what I mean? Yes, series finale. Yes, exactly. There is no more. Next week, they're going to talk to the cast, and that is it. So Hannah's on the phone telling Catherine, they shot up your penthouse. They were, I don't know who they were trying to get, but they shot up the penthouse. And, Benny and Candace is on the way. So she says, okay. She tells Hannah to be careful. Catherine hangs up. She's still mad that this thug girl is behind her. So when she turns around, the thug cellmate that she has, her name is Diamond. Diamond is in the cell with her. Diamond says to Catherine, you such a high sedity bitch, you don't even remember me. So this girl is in the cell with Catherine when she's not supposed to be, and she knows her from somewhere else. So then she said, that's why they put me in here, because you killed my niece. What's her niece's name? Yeah, she told her, you killed my niece, Lizzie. She said the Cryer family covered up the crime of her niece getting murdered. So then she started making the connection. That's why they put me in here. They put me in here because they know I'd want to kill you. So Catherine tried to be tough, talking about, with her old rich royal ass talking about some, well, you better bring it. Well, come on, you better bring it. Girl, bye. You was not a thug. This girl is from the streets. But Catherine had to try to hold her own. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, girl. Too many. So far, the one I've told about is Wyatt died already. And that's the one so far. So now I'm talking about Catherine in the cell with the girl who has a vendetta against her. So they decided to square up. Diamond decided to square up against Catherine, and all of a sudden they're fighting all over the cell. Catherine's trying to fight back. It looks to me like Diamond pulled, I don't know if it was a rope from around her belt or her bra or whatever it was. She pulled something, put it around Catherine's neck, and just started pulling. She literally was choking her out. She put her foot on the cell wall and was pulling the rope around Catherine's neck. Catherine was like that, no. You know what it is. Y'all know I'm trying to give you a visual dramatics. Because I think I could be an actress. So she chokes her out until she dies. So now not only is Wyatt dead from a drug overdose, now Catherine is dead from choke out in a cell for somebody who has a vendetta against her in Jim's past life. That is two people dead already. Like, I was like, oh no, you don't have to go out in a season like this. You know what I mean? Yes, finale with some deaths. Absolutely. So then, after that happens, we're going to go to the next scene because after Catherine's just sitting there dead, they flash over to the next scene where Sandy, he is one of the Malone's nephews. Now, the Malones, for people who don't know or people watching the back of this, is like almost like mafia. Nobody touches them. They are thugs. They are murderers. There's a whole family of them. Everybody knows that they run that town. So Sandy is one of the nephews. He's mad at Benny because Benny was messing with his ex-girlfriend. Not even somebody that he's still with, but he's possessive, he's obsessive, and he's a psychomaniac. And he's a Malone on top of that. So he's been mad at Benny. Benny kicked his ass a couple of episodes back in a straight up street fight. Because of all the Malones, he's the weakest one. So he feels embarrassed and he's mad that Benny got his girl. So when he goes back on other episodes to tell the Malone family, Vinny, who's the top of the Malones now, said, you embarrass the Malone family by letting this dude kick your ass. He was like, I want him to be dead. I want him to be dead. Thinking Vinny was going to say, you do it, that he would do it. Vinny told him, no, you need to grow up. If you want him dead for him being with your ex, you do it. So Sandy has kind of been stalking this girlfriend because he knows that she's with Benny. She's messing with Benny as a one-night stand. It wasn't really all to that at this point. Benny she sold him a house. Benny liked it. Benny hit it. But it wasn't that big of a deal. But in Sandy's mental mind, it was. So Sandy shows up at her house and tells her, I want you to call Benny right now and tell him to come over here. She says, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. He smacks the bejesus out of her. Wow! He smacks her. He smacks the bejesus out of her, okay? And told her, you're going to do what I said. You call Benny and tell him I said, come over here now. So she's scared. She's crying. She calls Benny. She tells Benny to meet him at her house, at his new house. You know, Sandy could see that she was lying to him, so he picked up the paperwork and said, I know where he lives. You're trying to send me somewhere else. So they leave her house and head over to Benny's new house that he bought from her. At that point, it flashes back to Veronica. Sorry, y'all. Wait a minute. Let me see what the chat's saying. All right. So everybody's not talking. Everybody's listening. Are y'all still there? If not, in the replay, please leave me comments and let me know what you think. What did you think about the finale? I would love to hear it. I would love to hear what anybody has to say. Hey, the gathering within. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. Please, anybody who comes in, give me a thumbs up. If you're able to share me, I would love it. So now we flashed after Sandy left to go find Benny, they flashed to Veronica. You remember, I just said the thug that does work for Veronica told her she needs to be careful because there's people out to get her. Hey, Becky. He told her that there's people out to get her. So, anyways, now we're back at Veronica. Veronica is coming out of her house. Okay? Thank you, Gathering. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. So Veronica is with her pocketbook walking out of the house and pop, 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 pop. I'm sorry, y'all. I got the fan on me and I think it's flaring up my allergies. But Veronica comes out of the house. Two thugs run up her driveway and open fire. They sprayed Veronica and killed her right in her driveway. I was like, no. Even though she's the ice princess, I still don't want to see nobody get killed. And this is the third killing in the season finale. So they came out with bang, 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 bang. So they sprayed Veronica the ice princess. So now Wyatt's dead. Catherine's dead. Veronica's dead. Like, what you mean all these people is getting killed? It's absolutely bananas, okay? Thank you, Gathering. Thank you. Now, they flash over to Candace. If you remember, when Candace was in the house after her mom's house got sprayed up with bullets by the Malones, Candace told Benny that she was going to leave him there with his new baby's mother from his one night stand. She told him, I'll be back. I need to talk to Mitch so that Mitch can help us get you out of this mess with his nephew. Because Mitch has always been able to keep them from the family killing them. So she goes over at this point now, right after Veronica get killed, it goes to Candace. Candace goes over to the Malone's little nightclub that they own, and she's trying to talk to Mitch, who's sitting there with his head down. Mitch is not talking. He can't look in her eyes. Mitch has never done this before. But Vinny had already told Mitch there's nothing he can do, and if he tries to save anybody, that they're going to kill him. So Mitch was helpless. This is the first time there's nothing Mitch can do. So when she came in, she starts begging Mitch to help her talk to Vinny to stop Sandy from killing Benny. So she went there with a purpose. Also, she thought she was protected by the Malones because she did a favor for them for Mama Joyce back in the day. But Vinny, who took over Mama Joyce's establishment, said, that's out the window. We don't care about that. We don't care what you did. This is a new day, and I can't stop my nephew from trying to get to your brother. So she starts begging him. But if you notice, Candace in the last few episodes this season has not gotten into any trouble. She's been staying out of mess ever since she got dragged out of the White House by the one man that she actually loved. She tried to change her life. So that's just a little that's just a little recap about Candace. Candace hasn't been doing anything. Matter of fact, I think 2 episodes ago, she found out she was pregnant. So she's been really low key. And the only reason she went over to Mitch's family's bar is because she thought she was protected by them and that they wouldn't try to do anything to her. So when she gets in there, she realizes the Malones are not going to stop Sandy from going after Benny. So they told her, oh, and by the way, Jim Cryer would like us to deliver you to him. And she said, Jim Cryer, what does he have to do with any of this? And she didn't know that Jim even had any connection to them. Apparently, Jim did a favor for them, so now they owe Jim. So they told him that they would find Candace and drop her at his doorstep. Now, don't forget, Jim, at this point, just lost Wyatt in this final episode. So he is a blubbering, angry, drunk, irrational drunk. So Candace realizes what's happened. So she's starting to fight, trying to get away. She's screaming, Mitch, help me. Mitch tries to get up and help her. Mitch is getting punched in the face and kicked in the stomach. They're literally dragging Candace out the door, putting her in the car, and delivering her to Jim Cryer, her very enemy, this whole entire series. She stole millions of dollars from Jim. She actually stole it from Benny, but Jim been trying to get that money back for years. So Jim hates Candace. And if you remember in season 1 and 2, Candace was sleeping with Jim even though he was married. She used to be with Jezebel. You know, those type of girls where they sleep with you and get your money. So they have a long, long, long history, needless to say, you know. So they have a long history. So they're hold on. So they're dragging her out of the house. Okay, so it leaves off there. Then it goes to Benny. Benny, remember I just said that Benny, Sandy went to his ex-girlfriend's house and told her to call Benny and have him meet her at Benny's house. So Benny's thinking she's in trouble. So Benny pulls up in the car and saying to her what's going on. Immediately she starts saying, "I'm so sorry, Benny. I'm so sorry," because the guy smacked her around. She had to set him up. There was nothing she could do. So Benny then realizes something's wrong. Sandy walks out and says, "Oh, you remember me, asshole?" Basically. And so Benny said, "Well, handle me like a man. Let's me and you just square up, get this thing over with." So the guy, because the guy had a gun out, so Benny told him, "No, don't shoot me. Let's try to handle this like two men." And of course, Sandy doesn't do it. Benny gets ready to square up with him. Remember, Sandy is one of the youngest Malones. So he's never done anything really before. Sandy has his 3 thugs come out with guns and they open fire on Benny. Bah, 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 bah. They put 50 caps in Benny's ass. I was like, no, not another one. So that is the 4th person killed, murdered in the season finale. Episode freaking, what is this? Episode number 17. They sprayed Benny. They opened up on Benny. I was like, oh no. And who don't love Benny for real though? You know what I mean? Who don't love Benny like that? To me was, thank you, thank you. So I was like, oh no, I can't believe that they did this, you know? So Benny's dead. Basically, Benny's dead at this point for anybody who's still hanging in here with me. But if you're watching the replay, please continue to watch. Now it flashes from the scene with Benny being murdered. It goes to Jeffrey's house. Jeffrey is there. They're still kind of trying to recover from Wyatt just having an overdose on their floor. So Jeffrey's there with his dad and he's there with his boyfriend Madison. And if you remember from the other episodes, Justin was the cop that was obsessed with Jeffrey at one time. Justin basically killed himself probably 4 episodes back when he realized that he could never have Benny. So Justin's brother, Tanner, has been trying to befriend Jeffrey. So anyways, he kept telling Jeffrey in prior episodes, "I'm going to bring you a present that Justin left for you." And Jeffrey kept telling him, "I don't want the present. I don't want it. I'm good. Please just leave me alone." The brother won't leave him alone. So the brother shows up at the house. After all of this stuff is going on, here comes the brother now. It's like, oh my God, please kill me now. So the brother comes in. He insists on giving Jeffrey this box, saying there's stuff in there from Justin that Justin wanted him to have. Now, mind you, the brother is really out for revenge on Jeffrey, but he's trying to play like he's not. So Jeffrey said, "Okay, well, thank you, please go." The brother walks out of the door. Madison, Jeffrey's boyfriend, comes in, sits with him. David comes down. David starts walking, saying that he's going to go somewhere. He starts walking to the other room. Jeffrey opens the box and kaboom! Tanner blew up the whole house with Jeffrey, Madison, and David on the inside. That is 3 murders at one time. I was like, oh my God. On top of Wyatt, Veronica, Catherine, and now Jeffrey, Madison, and David. That is 6 murders, 6 murders so far in the season finale. That is unheard of. I have not seen a season finale with this many damn murders ever, ever. So I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that this is even happening. But it's happening, people. It's happening. So that's 3 more murders. So they blew up the whole house. So all of them are dead. After that, they flashed the scene to the Malones literally dragging Candace to Jim's house. Jim is sitting up in the bathroom. He told him, bring her upstairs. Bring that bitch upstairs. Because he's drunk and he's mad that Wyatt is dead. Okay? So he's drunk and he's mad that Wyatt is dead. So they drag Candace kicking and screaming to him sitting at the tub. So he starts telling her, hey, bitch, I got you a nice little bath made here. My son is dead. He's distraught. And he hates Candace because she never gave him the money. So they drop Candace like a bag of potatoes into the tub. Jim holds her head down until she drowns. Now Candace is dead. So her brother Wyatt is dead and she's dead. I was like, oh my God, this is like murder number 7. They're killing the whole staff right there on the last episode. They could have spread some of this murderation throughout the other episodes, but they did not spread the murderation. I do not know why they didn't spread it, but they didn't. Okay. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So Candace is dead. But don't forget, when I was talking to you about her mother, Hannah, being at Catherine's house and everybody and some of the Malones sprayed her house thinking Benny was in there. She left there and said she's going to go to Catherine's house because she got a few things to check on, which is where Jim was at and had just murdered her daughter. So Hannah walks in probably 5 minutes after Jim just drowned. He just drowned Candace. She comes in and she sees blood on the steps. She didn't know Jim was there, but she felt it. As soon as she walked in the house, she felt that something was wrong. I was like, oh my God, Hannah's going to go in. Everybody knows she loves her kids. No matter how bad Candace is, she still loves her. So she goes up the stairs following the blood. She's literally following the blood. She goes up and she sees Jim sitting on the tub in a drunken stupor of anger. And she said to him, who the hell is in that bathtub? And he was like, oh, now with his drink, now you get to see what it feels like. My daughter is gone. My son is gone. It's your bitch of a daughter. And she looked and she seen it was Candace and she started screaming bloody murder. She started trying to pull Candace out of the water. Can you imagine coming in and seeing somebody just literally drowned your daughter and that person still there talking about it? A mother's rage, I'm telling you, a mother's rage cannot be matched. I am a strong believer of that, from my past experiences. A mother's rage cannot be controlled. So in a rage, Hannah is punching him in his face. They're fighting. He's smacking her around. He's kicking her because he hates Hannah as well. He hates her because of Candace. He hates her because she won't give him the money. He just hates the Youngs all together. So she starts fighting with him. They fight all the way down the stairs. They're rolling down the stairs. She runs outside because she's trying to get in her car to get away from him. He busts out the car window. He's trying to get Hannah because he really wants to just take Hannah out. He can't stand her, Hey, Real Ralph and Mika Boo, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. I am reviewing my favorite show, one of my favorite shows, The Have and Have Nots, the final episode. So I am just reviewing it. Please join in, leave comments. If you know the show, please let me know. I would love you to thumbs this up, share it out if you're able to, and welcome. So if you know the show, please let me know that as well in the comments. So they're fighting. Jim and Hannah are fighting like cats and dogs. She's trying to get in the car. He busts the car window. She's able to get away from him because she's in the car. It's just a matter of starting the ignition. So he fell on the ground because she had pulled off, you know, freaking 80 miles an hour. So of course he lost his grip and fell on the ground. She's so mad that he drowned her daughter. She goes halfway down the driveway, turns that car around, and goes full speed and runs over Jim Cryer as she is screaming. She's screaming basically, die, mother sucker, die. Hold on, please. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on, y'all. Somebody's at the door. I'm sorry, y'all. Maintenance was at the door. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, oh, you never seen that, Ralph and Mika. Oh yes, hey Tony, what's up? I'm sorry to have put y'all into a onto mute, but I needed to open the door. But yeah, so she turns around the car and runs over Jim Cryer. So now basically everybody's dead. Let's see. We opened up with Wyatt with the overdose. Then we had Veronica got shot up. Catherine Cryer got strung and hung in her cell. Benny got shot up. Then remember Tanner killed Jeffrey, David, and Madison. And then now Candace got drowned by Jim Cryer, and that's where we're at now. Hannah, which is Candace's mother, was trying to fight Jim because she was mad that she just found her daughter drowned in the bathtub. So they were fighting. She used the car and she ran over. She freaking ran over Jim Cryer. She started screaming and hollering and carrying on because she knew she lost her daughter. But the funny thing is, at this point, she didn't know that Benny was also murdered. So it looks to me like the only survivor was Hannah. Really? If you really think about, oh, Tony, I forgot. I seen on my computer that you became a member. So clap to that. Hey, so clap to that. Thank you, Tony Clapton, for becoming a Justy. I really appreciate you. I really, really do. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I just remembered when I seen that you were green, that you can use my custom emojis. If you're not monetized yet, let me know. I run their playlist every single month for people who's members who are not monetized. So let me know. And I do members only lives. It's super exciting. Yes, thank you so much. So she killed Jim. They're gonna have the reunion next week. Now let me make sure in my notes that I didn't skip anything. Yep, Catherine and Benny. I talked about that. Yep, nope. I talked about everybody. So basically, everybody is freaking dead except for Hannah. Now, let's remember the last few episodes. I think it was even last season. Hannah, not Hannah, Catherine gave all her money to Hannah while she's in jail. So Hannah is actually right now full. She has full control out of all the millions and millions and millions of dollars that Catherine had. So with Jim being dead, Wyatt being dead, Catherine being dead, Benny being dead, her daughter Candace being dead, literally Hannah is the only survivor, and she is filthy rich. Now they ended it right there. I would have loved to see more episodes with Hannah adjusting to her new life as a rich person because she's never cared. She's never cared about money ever. So I would have loved to see how she molded her new life. But it ended right there, y'all. It was the best season finale ever. I've never seen how many freaking people? I never seen 9 people get killed in one episode. I don't know why they didn't spread it out amongst all the other episodes, but they did. And I was like, oh my God. So that freaking season finale was everything. Now, next week, the whole cast will be back next week talking, I think, on the Oprah Winfrey Network, and they're going to talk about their experience. They're going to talk about what's next for them. So this was my TV show review. Now, if y'all know me, you know I love reality TV, and I started a new segment called The Reality Tea Lady. The Reality Ladies is me and Living Life with Lisa. I have a playlist so far. We do it alternate. We alternate. Monday is my turn on my channel. Then the following Monday is her turn. The following Monday is my turn. We are reviewing reality TV shows. So right now, we are reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac. Please look at my playlist for my first review. We did mine 2 weeks ago. Last week, it was on her channel. This Monday, it will be on my channel again. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And hopefully anybody watching the playback and you made it this far, you know I'm a licensed bartender. I would love for you to go to my food/drinks playlist and check out some of the drinks I made, maybe some of the food I made. I made alcohol and non-alcohol drinks. I got TV and movie reviews. I got the Reality Ladies playlist. I do Sipping and Small Talk where I interview people. So anybody who thinks they got something interesting they want to talk about and want me to interview them, hit me up on my email, justtheresa6@gmail.com. I love doing that. And I do product reviews, Dollar Tree hauls, which is one of my favorites. I show people how to save money. I love that. I did the dime challenge, the dollar envelope challenge, all of that. So I have a lot going on over here on this channel, and I'm getting ready to premiere a Dollar Tree product review in a few minutes. So I really, really appreciate y'all being here for my review of the season finale of the Have and Have Nots. Thank you so much. I'm getting ready to set up the premiere of my Dollar Tree product review. We'll probably do it for about a half an hour from now. So it'll be about 2:30 Eastern time. So it'll be 11:30 my time, 2:30 Eastern time. So I hope to see everybody over there. I'm going to go set that up now. So look out for that. Put your notifications on. I hope you guys have the bell on for me. Share it out if you're able to, please. Give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you thought about this review. If you came in too late to see the whole thing, go ahead and watch the playback. When you're in the house cleaning, let the video play. You know what I mean? When you're washing clothes, let it play. So that way you can leave me a comment after. Even if it is an hour long, 45 minutes long, I listen to those kind of shows, lives all the time because while I'm cleaning, I can hear what the person is saying. So that would be great. And thank you all so much for coming in. I really, really, really do appreciate that. And I will see y'all Friday for Drop the Link. That's where I help everybody grow their channel. So 2 p.m. Eastern time, try to be here. Drop the link. I help you get new followers. I help you with watch time. We help you with thumbs up, and people put the bells on. It's a whole system. There's a whole drop the link team. There are 6 of us. We do it twice a day, 3 days a week. My day is every Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. All you have to do to be on the list is come with a video under 2 minutes. Mostly everybody has a trailer or some video, some little shorts videos or whatever it is. Just make sure you have that so my mods can drop your link, and then follow the protocol, which I will go over that day, and get you some new family members. That's going to be the quickest way to grow. Trust me on that. Or if not, it'll take years, honey. So I hope to see y'all for that as well. All right, I'll see y'all at my premiere at about 2:30. Bye. Thank you for coming. Thank you.